Hello! If you have been watching this channel for a little while, you might know that my arch nemesis in art supply form are colored pencils. I really don't like colored pencils. It's just art supplies that I don't understand, and they take a long time to work with, and they hurt a lot because I do have either carpal tunnel or repeated strain injury, something like that. So it hurts. But even though I really don't like colored pencils, for some reason I have a shit ton of them. These are watercolor pencils. These are just the Crayola colored pencils. And these are Art 101 Premium Core, even though they're like very cheap. I figured today we're gonna explore the colored pencils a little bit and see if I can learn to love them, because I'm very skeptical. So I'm gonna be using some watercolor paper because it's the most like textured paper that I have at the moment. So it has a little bit of tooth to get the pencils down. So let's compare how all the different pencils perform compared to one another. I know that the watercolor pencils will probably perform a little different from the others just because they're not really waxy, but neither are these two, to be honest. So, Crayola Art 101 Raffine color. Never heard of this brand until I bought it. So let's start with good old Crayola. These pencils, like some of them are softer than the others. Because, you know, with Crayola pencils, they are for the most part about the same hardness. But with these Art 101 pencils, from what I've noticed, they are very hit or miss. Because some of them will be very waxy, very soft. And like very easy to put on paper. But others are just like very hard and not very pigmented. Because you see how like this one goes down. But if we compare it with turquoise again, turquoise is about the same hardness as Crayola. Maybe Raffine color? I don't know why why I sharpened it like this. This one is, I mean, it's a watercolor pencil, so I can't really judge it on the same level as this two, because watercolor pencils, from what I understand, don't really have wax in them too much. So far, I really like the waxy Art 101s, the ones that are softer. I would like to touch they're different a little bit. So, now that I have learned some things, I guess, we will draw a picture. And I kind of want to draw the little cat witches that I drew sometime in October. And I just now realized that this paper is different from this paper because I guess I had thinner watercolor paper. I don't fucking know where it came from. But now I have a thicker paper with more grain to it. So, I don't know. Maybe all my experiments were useless because it's different type of paper. I don't fucking know. We'll see. So I think I'm gonna start sketching in colored pencil because I have a feeling that if I start sketching with graphite pencil, it will leave like a little bit of grayish tones to it, which I'm not looking for. So I actually was trying to make a video on like finalizing the designs of them, because I did want to make them like a recurring characters, I suppose, but I don't know, the video never turned out. I still have some footage, I'm pretty sure I lost some of it. So I tried to film it 2 different times, and like the 3rd time I was like, yeah, fuck that. So I did use these Raffine watercolor pencils for sketching for a long time actually, because they're surprisingly easy to erase compared to other colored pencils. NYX and Sage, those are the names I picked, and they were actually suggested by somebody on Instagram, which I appreciate. And yeah, I was trying to make like a feature list that I can refer to, and so I can consciously like differentiate between them because I do tend to have pretty same-facey artwork at times. Because like if I find something that works, I will stick to it and it'll just all get samey. So yeah, Sage is supposed to have more like almond-shaped eyes, more like a little slanty, I guess. And she's supposed to be a Siamese cat. So she's very like lanky, very like skinny, I suppose. See, I do it again. Like I finished the face before I like continued down onto the body, and I hate it when I do this. Like such a dumb habit, and I try to avoid it, but it just doesn't go away. It just I hate it. It's so annoying. And Nyx is supposed to have like rounder features altogether because Sage is supposed to be more angular, and Nyx is a little more rounded. Like overall, she has like a little bit of cheeks. She has nice little plump lips, rounder jawline. And like her body type is a little plumper too. And I think it creates like a little bit of cute contrast between them, I suppose. With really dolly lashes. Should I do the skin tone, I suppose? So I have quite a few like peachy colors, but also I know I want to implement different like other colors as well. So like some blues, some pinks, some reds, because you know like the skin color is not necessarily just the peachy and like flesh toned or browns. It's a lot of other bounce lights and the undertones and whatever is shining through, because there is like this thing that like the forehead is usually like whitish or kind of like whitish or yellowish because there is not too many blood vessels, and it's like mostly just bone. And then this part is mostly like reddish because there's a lot of blood vessels that come close to your skin, and this part is usually kind of like greenish bluish because there's hair follicles in men and like in general just less rosy peachy colors. So I want to bring like some pink into the nose and the cheeks. I'll put a little bit of purple in the shadows for some reason. So bringing a little bit of value shift around, but I don't necessarily want to do these shadows in just like, darker brown or something, but just bringing a little bit of shift of the values and the hue. I want to do the eyebrows in like cooler brown. I would like to introduce different colors in there too, so maybe like a darker, even cooler brown like at the end, or even black tiny bit. Sounds more like a red color, but it'll have to work, I suppose. Because I feel like that like pinkish would more so go for her. One of her eyes look like this way, the other one goes that way. That looks like a black eye. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Now I feel like she looks a little more in the same direction. So I want to differentiate between this shadow and this shadow because the... maybe I should have put a little more blue in there just to keep it cooler, to push back a little. Do that. Like that part in general I feel like would be a little more shadowy because the light doesn't necessarily hit it that much. So, and since it's supposed to be portrait, we won't keep the focus on the face and not necessarily on the clothes or the hair too much. So I'm just gonna do the clothes, just fill it in black because they are kinda gothy. Oh, my other hand hurts too because like I don't want to tape the paper down because I want to be able to turn it around a little bit, but like pinning it down with my fingers kind of hurts them. Now let's do NYX. So NYX, I feel like she would be a lot paler, like her skin would be kind of like, what do you call it, like alabaster white. So I will use this like cooler toned pink on her because I feel like because she is so pale, like she would get blushed a little easier because her skin is so translucent. So I put down, this time I'm trying something, I'm putting down the vague value shapes underneath and like then going over it with like kind of like peachy colored pencil just to see if that would make any difference, like if it would like blend it out nicely or not, which I don't see so far. It just makes it look dirty. Gonna leave most of her forehead white. Yeah, it just like doesn't really work out. I feel like it would work better if I was shading with like a pinky color. Let's put in some definition. I feel like it'll bring it together a little bit, maybe help me move forward. Her eyes are like bright, like golden yellow, like this. Oh, what do you say? It is golden yellow. And like with rounder, cuter characters, I really like giving them really big pupils. So it makes the eyes look very like, you know, cute and innocent, I guess. And this one's more like reddy pink, so I think I'm gonna use the same color and maybe like knock it down with some brown a little bit. Yeah, let's knock it down with some brown, like a pinky brown. Oh, I really like how these lips turned out. It turned out cute. I kind of like her with blonde, with white hair though, but no. So, one of my darkest purples. That's pretty dark. What's the royal purple one? I think I'm gonna go over with the royal purple, which is the darkest purple I have. And then I'm gonna go over it with the light touch of the black pencil just to knock the purple down a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. I don't know. Final thoughts. Do I think colored pencils are evil? No, I don't think they're evil anymore. Are they enjoyable? They can be. But I still think they're very painful and they take a long time to do anything with because you have to go back and forth, back and forth. Would I be using more colored pencils? Every once in a while, maybe. They do manage to hurt both of my wrists somehow. That's it, really, and thank you for watching if you did. Tune in next week for whatever the fuck I want to do. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!